The carousel is one of my earliest memories of going to the park, and that goes back to when I was a little girl. And I remember wanting to ride the ponies that went up and down. And it was wonderful because it had beautiful, the faces that and the mirrors that were around the middle. It was a huge carousel. It was so big. It was very, very big. Just being fascinated, and since I'm an artist, I was fascinated with the colors that were on the carousel. And I remember looking down as a child and wondering where that hole went, you know, when you went down and came back up again. And I love the carousel. And I even rode it as a teenager too, because the horses were so big and anybody could get on them, you know. So I rode it all the time, but I loved it.
I just thought it was pretty majestic. I thought it was interesting the way the thing was painted and carved, and I had no idea of where I was going, but art has been my whole life in design, and I think you develop an appreciation for those finer kinds of things much earlier than you think, and this was something that was sort of regal. And it was very well kept. And
just kind of magical. Just kind of magical. And I always heard that there was some kind of a ring that you could give. I never saw the ring. But the animals were just so beautifully painted and colorful. And some things would go up and down, and but there were also seats.
I can remember when I was little riding it, and I can remember even when we were older riding it, just because I like carousels. And that was an American carousel, which is a different style than European ones. European ones have tops on them. They have rounding boards and what are called rounding flats up on the top that are decorated, and you climb up onto them. American carousels traditionally have open tops where you can see the mechanics for what are called the jumper horses. There's jumpers and standers, and the jumpers are the ones usually on the outside. And you know, they have the mechanical things that go up and down. But the platform that you get on the carousel is closer to the ground, and or flush, and you just walk onto it on the Americans.